Hey guys, welcome to another episode, I believe episode 2 of October Fright Fest. Again, like I said, it's going to be a really short one, but this is a review of George A. Romero's 1968 film, Night of the Living Dead. Now, the film stars Dwayne Johnson, Judith O'Dea, and, of course, directed by the George A. legend as George A. Romero. Most of us realize that this is a film that is not only it started the zombie genre as we know it today. That's the kind of film this was, and the plot's really, really simple. I could say it probably in one sentence, or maybe two or three. But it's about these people who get trapped in a farmhouse while zombies are outside the house. That's pretty much surround the house, and they have to try to survive. That's the plot of the film. Now, if you want me to go deeper, I can do that. You guys, I'm just gonna assume you guys probably want me to go deeper, but you all have probably seen this movie, so I'm not going to. If you haven't, it's on YouTube. It's pretty much public domain. You can watch it on YouTube, no problem. But that's actually how I watch it. I don't own it, but of course, it's an okay film, but I'll get into that. I think it's a film that, like, along with, I actually have the DVD with me. Actually, wait a second, I have to get it here. Gotta reach over here. Alright, I got it. It's sort of like this film, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I will review some point in the next few days. Actually, I'm gonna be taking a break in a week, but when I come back, I'll review this. But it's a lot like The Texas Chainsaw Massacre in that it's a lot like it reached into people. It struck a fear in people. And it also showed that with a shoestring budget, you can make a film. And it'll shock the entire world. Because that's almost what this film did. That's the amount of cultural impact that it had on the people at that time. In 1968, it was like heavily criticized due to the amounts of violence at the time. Yet part of the irony to that is that you can't make an R-rated bloody film at the time, yet they show stock footage from Vietnam. So it's kind of funny, the irony there. You can't make that an inappropriate movie, yet you could totally show real men dying on your television set in your living room. It's just find it funny, that's all. Not Vietnam funny, but just the irony. But the film stars Judith O'Dea, Dwayne Johnson. I forgot who played Mr. Cooper. I'm going to use the internet. The internet, am I right? Night of the Living Dead. But like I said, it's a film that had a seriously cultural impact. It shocked people all over the world. And so many people were so scared of this film. It literally has an 8.0 on IMDb. Holy crap. I don't think it didn't garner that good of a rating. Who plays, Carl Hardman plays Harry, Marilyn Eastman plays, Helen, but, Dwayne Jones gives an absolutely brilliant performance. That's right, Carl Hardman. So Carl Hardman and Dwayne Jones. Carl Hardman plays Harry Cooper, the, guy who's down in the cellar with, Tom and Helen, and his child, and a couple other people. So they come up after a while, and tensions begin to rise between Dwayne Jones and Harry Cooper. And so they both sort of clash, and there is some racial tension in there, but of course it doesn't spout any racial words, so you can tell there's a little bit of some racial tension in there. However, they're fighting over what should happen, who should have what, who should have the gun, who should stay in the should we stay in the cellar, or should we stay on the middle floor, should we go upstairs? They're kind of arguing about that kind of stuff. However, it's a very good clash, and Harry's a complete and utter asshole. But that was the way the film was supposed to. That's the kind of character he was supposed to be. And in the end, he gets his comeuppance. However, Carl Hardman, I believe, is also the producer of the film, which I didn't know. But I think this film, I forgot to mention Judith O'Dea, who plays Barbara. There's a real famous scene, "Oh, they're going to get you, Barbara." But I think G30 just brought the film down. I mean, it could have been a good film, but she just brought it down. I don't know why she did. She just did, I guess. However, the thing about this, what's important about Dwayne Johnson, which R.I.P., he's passed away, was that not many people, this is 1968, this is before the blaxploitation genre. So, he was one of the first, black heroes in a film. And that's, like, really, really culturally important. Everyone's all shocked. They're like, holy crap, it's a black guy in a movie. And I thought that was really, really cool on Romero's part. Also, what was I going to say? So I've talked about the film. I've talked about the actors and stuff. So of course I mentioned the cultural impact on the film. So what else can I say about it? The only downfall is it doesn't quite hold up as well as it did. I bet it shocked the hell out of people back in 1968. I bet they are having a freaking heart attack. However, nowadays, it almost plays out as if it's a drama. In all seriousness. There's one half of the movie where nothing's really happening. But, it still kind of keeps you glued. But, it's just gotta go quicker. Now, I'll say one thing I really do enjoy about the film is how it shows. There's a part where it shows the TV, when they get the TV working, and it shows, like, the new broadcast of Chili Billy Cardilli, and how he's talking about, you can easily take them out and stuff, and how they're showing, like, news footage throughout Pennsylvania, and I think that's really cool, as well. The gore is okay for the amount, of course, in black and white, so it's really, really cool for that. There's a really cool scene where Barbara goes upstairs, and she's like, this really decomposing face. It still is, like, kind of shocking. It's like, oh my god, like, its eyes popping out and stuff. It's for overall cool sequence. But the ending. Talk about the ending for a minute. So originally, the studio wanted to make a Barbara Dwayne Jones love story. George Romero was like, fuck that. He said, no way. So, Barbara gets killed. Harry gets killed. Helen gets killed. Helen gets killed in a pretty brutal manner, too. Her daughter gets bitten, and Helen gets brutally stabbed to death with a spade shovel. But Harry gets eaten. Barbara gets eaten. Tom and his girlfriend get brutally set on fire and get blown up because they're trying to use the gas pump and stuff, and they screw up. But the death of Dwayne Jones. So, like I said before, the newsreel footage and stuff, all the hunters and the cops team up to take down the undead, and they're pretty dang good at it, too, when you discover and shoot them in the head. However, so they clear out all the zombies that are by the farmhouse. Dwayne Jones comes out from his bedroom. They all think he's a zombie. So one of them's like, take him out right between the head. He goes, bam! Shoots Dwayne Jones right in the head. He falls over. He's dead. After that, end credits roll. Probably one of the first no-holds-barred type endings. Like, you want an ending? Here you go. Bam, he's dead. End credits roll. I thought that was a very good part on Romero. Because it showed that this director had balls. Much like Wes Craven with Last House on the Left, which I've never seen, and I really don't know if I want to. But much like that film, it struck a chord in people. It even got put into the Library of Congress for being culturally significant. That's how much of an impact this film had on the U.S. alone. But it's a good film, but it definitely has its weaknesses, its faults. Well, all films do, but it's slow in a lot of parts. But overall, it's an okay film overall. I wouldn't recommend you watch that often, but it had been years since I'd seen it, so I went ahead and just watched it. But it's okay. It's relatively good. So see it. Just see it once, It's one of those kind of films. But you will want to go back to it another time and another time, but just not very often. unlike its sequels, which are excellent, in my opinion. But Night of the Living Dead. Definitely go see it if you haven't. Overall, it's not a bad movie. Give it a look. I'm Christopher Walker. I'll see you guys later.